2NURFM News for our sponsor Guardia Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacinta Lee with 2NURFM Hunter News. Police are appealing for witnesses for last night's fatal crash at Maitland Vale. Emergency services were called to Maitland Vale Road just after 11 p.m. to find a Range Rover with 5 people inside had slammed into a tree. Sarah Burnell from police headquarters says a front seat passenger, a 26-year-old man from Mount Olive, died at the scene. The male driver was airlifted to the John Hunter Hospital with lower limb and wrist injuries.
A rear seat passenger was ejected through a rear window and also suffered serious shoulder, wrist and foot injuries. The 2 other backseat passengers sustained minor injuries. All 3 were taken by New South Wales ambulance paramedics to John Hunter Hospital for treatment. Investigations are being made into the incident by the Hunter Crash Investigation Unit, and officers are appealing for any witnesses to the crash to contact Crime Stoppers.
A 25-year-old man has been found hiding in a cupboard at a Troman parade home after he allegedly ran from a police stop at Raymond Terrace 2 weeks ago. The man fled after police pulled up his vehicle at Port Stephens Street on September 24. Police arrested and charged the man yesterday. The home was searched and stolen property was found. The man will face court on November 16. A 38-year-old man has died opposite Branxton Public School early this morning. The man was found unconscious and breathing. He later went into cardiac arrest and died at the scene, with some parents and students looking on. A source close to the man said the death was as a result of health complications and not suspicious. The New South Wales Greens are urging the federal government to take donation laws even further in the wake of the Jeff McCloy case. The former Newcastle Lord Mayor suffered a $2 million loss yesterday, and the Greens are asking for further bans to position the needs of the public above corporate. New South Wales Greens MP David Shoebridge says mining companies have a monopoly in the Hunter.
Particularly when you look at some of the key decisions being made for the Hunter, the ripping out of the rail line and the interests of the coal industry over ordinary citizens, whether it's on health or transport. I think we can see that if we remove the hundreds of thousands of dollars that went to politicians from the mining and minerals industry, how much more likely it would be that ordinary citizens would be respected in those decisions.
Lochinvar will be losing its police station. A decision has been handed down to sell the Station Lane site. The closure and sell-off has come as a shock to the Lochinvar community. They were reportedly offered no chance to voice concerns. Maitland MP Jenny Aitchison says this is bad news.
We need to know about the policing numbers in Maitland, and we have a growing population. We need the police numbers to be at least keeping pace with the growth. We have 5 new people who come here every day to live in Maitland, and so if we don't have a police force that's growing, if these stations are being closed, then that's a concern.
Thousands of Hunter residents are visiting a new discount grocery store in Cessnock to avoid hefty supermarket prices. Food War Inc., started by Aberglasslyn local Elsie Cooper, has so far helped over 1,000 families struggling with poverty, offering cheaper food alternatives. Cessnock councillor Sue Ellen Wrightson says council could be looking to expand the program.
I would like to think from a council perspective that we can look at ways of supporting the service that Elsie has running, maybe starting up a community garden where they could actually grow some produce and be able to have fresh fruit and vegetables available through her organisation as well at a discounted rate.
In finance, the All Ords is up 16 points at 52.44 and $1 Australian is buying 71.93 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club's Melbourne Cup Carnival.
Fairfax Media is reporting former West Tigers coach Mick Potter has been in negotiations with the Knights to join Nathan Brown's coaching staff. Brown is busy finalising his staff before the beginning of the NRL pre-season. Meanwhile, Jake Marmo is still suffering from concussion after being blindsided in the squad's state championship match against the Ipswich Jets on Sunday. Jets player Billy McConaughey escaped with only a 2-match ban after entering an early guilty plea. Former Newcastle Jets W League team captain Gemma Simon will be joining a revamped squad before this season's kick-off on October 25. Simon is getting back into it after an injury-plagued season in the Melbourne Victory. And the Merewether Cricket Club is concerned the state of Townsend Oval will be an injury hazard to players, including returning all-rounder Michael Hogan. There are fears the scheduled match against Stockton this Saturday could be delayed as Newcastle Council has been top-dressing the outfield this week. 2NURFM News Time is 1:04.